gonna be our warm up song. A amalgamation of burps and rhythmic sequence. This is very good.
Yeah, that is exactly when it imported on the new one. I heard that song. I went over to click and boom. But this is going to be really interesting. I feel like this might kind of have SV usage heavy in it, possibly. I have no idea, as I've not seen the map.
You never know what you're getting. I mean, earlier in the match that you weren't available there was a warm-up map done by Jinjin that was 18 stars. That was a pretty cool thing.
Oh, dear God.
Arquinoli virus is apparently defected to Thailand, so that makes the Philippines ineligible to play for the tournament. No, I'm just kidding. But actually, I am not sure where the the third Thailand player is. As mentioned, Arquinoli virus is Philippines.
They've traded players.
missing a player. I do hope we get to at least have some more tournament play in this vlog.
I do believe we're going to find someone here. And there we go.
So we need a little bit of a squish, but otherwise we'll be good to go. For those of you just joining us to watch the Thailand and Philippines match and did not see any of the previous encounters, United States and Indonesia faced off in one of the two losers bracket encounters, and Indonesia took that one 6-2. So Indonesia will be facing off against the winner of this match between Thailand and the Philippines, and of course the loser of this match will be eliminated from the World Cup. However, the winner of this match will push to the second stage of Finals Week 1, which will determine who goes in the third place match against China, which was the loser of the South Korea and China match. And that, unfortunately, was by default. China did not have an eligible team to play for the match.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate, but those things do happen every once in a while. Sometimes it cannot be avoided, but other times... Alright, it does look like we have everyone here together. Looks like we're seeing Pin getting ready to start the match here, as everyone has switched over to their respective sides.
Yeah, and we'll get to see how this beautiful symphony of burps is mapped. Really wonder how this match is going to go. I mean, for anybody who's been paying attention to the World Cup and watched these two teams love to utilize long note songs to subdue their opponents, and well, it's going to be interesting trying to subdue somebody in the same strategy that they're subduing others. So it's going to be really cool to watch these teams just attack each other in other ways that aren't long notes, because that's going to be the path to victory.
Yeah, the pool that they both like to use is going to be exhausted extremely quickly. So then we really get to see where their strengths lie in other aspects of the map pool.
And there we are in the background.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, here we are, Belch Boo Burp. I wonder if that 7.65 GV is a star rating and a gravity tag. I'm not sure. It's got a star difficulty of 8.0. There goes the LN inverse kind of, or those aren't inverses, but those are some interesting shields. This is a star rating of 8.26.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me too much that we're seeing a long note heavy usage map for warm-up.
No, I was looking at the wrong difficulty. Apologies. This has a star rating of 6.85, actually. And it's over. And oh my goodness, look at the score gap.
Roughly 4,000 points.
4,096.
Oh, look at the ratios. They're so comparable. 185 from Shiro to 203 from Arquinoli. 261 to 250. 246 to 263. Oh boy.
What? Oh God. Well, I mean,
I'm
No.
adding to the song. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Wait, was someone just saying "Oh my God" in the video too?
Oh man.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh my goodness, help!
You
This
okay,
reminds me.
Intelligent?
No, I'm not at all. Oh jeez. This reminds me of that SoundCloud by Memeless. Oh no. If you
Dude.
haven't gone to Memeless's SoundCloud, this is what it reminds me of. Or this reminds me of it.
1997. I don't know about that. I think it's a little bit further back. You could easily go 94 there. Oh God.
Jeez. Hey, it's Surf Chew and the parrot. They're the birds. This is like Surf Chew's mascot of sorts. You see him posting images of this in the Philippine Discord once in a while. Perfect picture. This dump is fantastic.
I was about to say that's actually pretty good.
I'm dying. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is absolutely golden.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is so good. The check. Oh my gosh. Some of the patterns are so perfect visually too. I love it.
What's really great is you actually see pretty solid accuracies across the board for this still too. Everybody's
Yeah, this is very close overall. Look at the score gap is tiny. It's only about 30,000.
That's absolutely crazy. Even on something that's just pure chaotic, they're still pretty close.
These long notes. Oh man, I am completely dying over here.
This is actually a pretty long map too. Like, so I don't know if this guy was just dying like for like a few hours. I mean, a few minutes straight. But absolutely hilarious.
I wonder what Surf Shoe found so funny.
Oh, it had to be something great.
Okay, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so done.
I feel like we need context for this.
I'm about to interrogate Surf Chew about this. Oh man. Absolutely
Okay, so apparently he got
fantastic.
told a joke in voice chat.
Oh boy. Oh, blame Blue Fire for telling me a joke at VC. Oh, all I can do is ask where I was, but then again, they're in the Philippines, so anytime they'd be active, I'd be unable to, because time difference, etc. All right, but we're done with the warm-ups, and fantastic warm-ups those were.
Ooh, and
Off
we
to the
are
rolls.
Yeah, we're getting right to the rolls, and we see Shiro with a 15.
Pathetic 15. Only thing that would be better is if the Philippines roll lower than that. I'm gonna curse it. Do it.
14.
14.
16.
All right, we're gonna go through. Oh, no, never mind. A knockout punch of a 93. Thailand will be making the first ban.
Kind of close.
Are we gonna see Cloud, Demons, one of those two maps banned? I would not at all be surprised to see both teams just eliminating the SV picks and leaving nothing to chance. But it all depends on the amount of practice they put on those maps. There's one SV map. Demons has been thrown away. And Arkwin banning Cloud. That is the other SV pick. They are both gone. Two primary brutal SV picks have been eliminated via bans. Not entirely surprising given these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, with long notes being one of your strong points, SVs are usually kind of... When you find someone fully all around, it gets dangerous.
That's right. And Arkwin Virus wasting no time getting into Zenonia's imprinting, which is what kind of map? You guessed it. It's a long note map right out of the gates. This is a pretty variant map. It starts pretty simple, and then it starts to really escalate as the song goes on, and then basically culminates in a really, really dense LN that becomes borderline inverted. Not quite right away, but it builds to it. So this is going to be very cool to watch because, again, as I mentioned before, these teams were utilizing long note maps to beat their opponents. So we're going to see these two teams basically facing off to say, no, I'm better than you at long notes.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. And I mean, even the warm-ups kind of gave an idea of what we're going to see here. I feel like this is going to be very close on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. And this could set the tone of the match depending on how large the gaps are. If the margins of victory are large for either team, they may feel a little bit more inclined to continue to assault the team with long notes as opposed to waiting a little bit later.
Yeah, it is kind of a bold decision to go right out of the gate with it. But I mean, definitely if you feel confident, for sure, take advantage of that.
At this point, we're just waiting for... I don't know what we're waiting for here. We do have the song pick. I'm guessing somebody's not readied up. And our tournament organizer calling players to attention here. Somebody's not ready.
All right, and the timer has started. Everybody getting out there. Good luck to have fun.
And here we go. Song number 1 out of a possible 11. We open out the Thailand and Philippines match with Imprinting. It's a Philippines pick to open it out. That's a nice little sweep to start everything off right at the beginning there. Just a nice little 1/8 sweep. Or 1/12, I can't tell. Some of those short long notes are a little difficult to release properly on Score V2. I think they're just long enough to where if you just try to tap them naturally, you might not get the judgment you want.
So that's some pretty complex long note patterning there too, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some releases that are not quite timed as the same as the starts here. Was that a teleport? It looked like a teleport SV there. Couldn't quite tell. Yeah, see, some of these long notes are too long for you to just tap. You'll end up getting a poor judgment because of Score V2 actually judging your release timing in addition to your head timing as well.
Yet these players are playing incredibly well. Score is very close still. All relative accuracies on the Philippines side, you're seeing around 98 to 97%. And then on Thailand, Shiro holding a very impressive 99.40% accuracy at this moment. Komi and Zonia are a little bit behind with 96. So the score is still going to be in Philippines' favor at the moment.
Shiro is really shouldering the rest of the team there with that accuracy and holding that really strong combo, despite being almost a full percent below the Philippines on average. They are only about 20,000 points behind, and that is a very impressive feat.
Zonia having a little bit of issues there, picking back up combo very rapidly. Will find another drop, though, as that score will kind of lean a little bit more for Philippines now. Ooh.
Oh, those SVs causing a massive amount of damage to the Philippines lead, and they cut it down. If Shiro holds that combo or brings that combo back up and continues to perform as well as they were before, they could potentially take it. Having some pretty strong connection issues on my end. I'm not sure if that's the same here.
All right, and
Hard to tell. There might be some desynchronization here.
Very much so. The scores are going back and forth.
Shiro does seem to be doing very well, but Kumeji and Zenoni are not doing the best here. And even if there is a desynchronization, it seems like Philippines has a rather large lead there, and they're going to take it by about 40,000 points. The Philippines need to be very wary of picking extremely hard LN maps because Shiro absolutely destroyed a good majority of that map.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
look at that combo.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, their overall accuracy stayed incredibly high. Even at the SV tricky parts, combo was dropped, but it was still maintained with a very impressive bounce back. I mean, to be able to bounce back off a miss like that and keep your overall accuracy from really tanking hard is impressive in its own right.
No doubt. A little bit of discussion going on there.
I wonder what the next pick will be here.
Next pick is going to be Kakumese Usama Dinsimbiao. Probably got part of that wrong, but that's okay. At least I got it all in one shot.
Very much so.
And take a guess at what kind of map this is. Psst. Same thing.
Exactly.
Going right back to the long notes. It is just a war. It is a noodle war. Battle of the Noodles.
Yeah, as you can see, Twitch chat has definitely been bringing that up. The noodles are going to rise. Well, actually fall. Unless you have your skin set up a different way.
The War of the Noodles continues on song number 2 of this best of 11. Kakumese. Good old Oast World Cup memories. Ooh, Kumeji and Zenonia having a little bit of trouble on that trill. Daydot's messing up the tail end of it, but not taking nearly as much damage. Very LN heavy, as you guys can see here. Dense streaming, very strange release timing.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of like SV trip up sections here that are really going to test players to see how well their time investment was put into the pool.
It's a little bit dense outside of the long notes, so you have the pretty busy extraneous section here, and it's not that trivial. Zenonia actually having some trouble holding on through it. Kumeji also breaking into the transition into this section. Very small lead for the Philippines right now, only about 10,000 points.
Shiro still playing just absolutely monstrous.
Yeah, I think the Philippines are doing a little bit better this time around overall. Daydot's trying to keep up with Shiro, actually still holding above 99% at the very moment.
Yeah, Daydot's doing very good there. Arkwin holding that 98% accuracy as well with BL Vigari. But Komiji's going to see another drop there, and the accuracy getting really close to that 97% mark.
This is a very good example of one-on-one matchups here. Komiji lagging a little bit behind Arkwin Olivares there by about 0.3%. Zenania trying to hang in against BL Vigari, winning that battle. Shiro and Daydot's very close to each other. This is all one-on-one battles here. Shiro taking a miss, and that's very serious, unfortunately, because that was a very large combo.
Yeah, that's not going to be too great for them here.
Daydot's cutting his combo as well, and we have a couple of misses popping around both teams here. Philippines holding on by about 25,000 points there. Daydot's starting to break consistency a little bit, taking a number of drops. And Arkwin Olivares is having a little bit of trouble holding that consistency. He's starting to combo break a lot, but unfortunately Komiji's also doing the same thing, and it's not allowing that lead to be shrunk at all.
Yeah, Arkwin actually finding a couple more drops, but the lead is still pretty much in their favor at the moment.
I think Arkwin Olivares might be tired. He's having trouble with the release timings here. And his score is degrading very, very quickly as a result of it. Kamiji's also missing quite a bit. If it weren't for Kamiji and Zenonia having trouble holding combo in their own right, Arthur and Olivares has been taking some pretty serious drops. And that lead is becoming much more sizable now. It's about 50,000 points.
Yeah, Didots is actually holding, well, was for a brief time holding a higher accuracy than Shiro there. Shiro finding another drop as well. Both their accuracies incredibly close from a point from each other almost, but then a heavy hit for both of them actually. It's like mirror images on each opposing side. That's crazy.
Ooh, Arquin Olivares taking a very severe hit to the life bar at the end there, but not enough to fail. And that's going to be 2-0 in favor of the Philippines. So that is a break point, I believe. That was Thailand's pick that just got broken. Yeah, Thailand pick just got broken.
All right, so the Philippines have it back in their court. That is really good news for them, but definitely not the greatest for Thailand. They're definitely going to have to try to pick up another point here, and it looks like we're getting right into the next one. We're going with Silent Desert.
The noodle wars are never ending.
It looks like they're going to try to exhaust that pool right from the get-go.
The deceiving map that has a star rating of over 11, but it's all in release timing.
And this is actually a cut of the longer map, so this is a little bit shorter than what some people might be used to, huh?
Yeah, the full version of the map is, I think, like 6 minutes? Maybe around that time. It's a little hard to remember. But this is about half of that.
Oh man, and there are going to be some absolutely crazy sections in this one.
That ending is absolutely ridiculous. You didn't get a chance to see this map, did you?
No, but I definitely, well, actually I did when we were doing the map pool showcase for it.
Right, that's right.
But this one's the fast one.
The ending is a thing.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot, and it's a long note map too, and that's the crazy part. So the releases, it's just as important as the presses, and the amount of speed you have to get to in this one is really crazy.
The way that Mania calculates star rating makes this substantially inflated. A lot of people realize that, but it's still certainly not a cakewalk. Easier map in the pool, but not easy of a map on its own. I mean, we are in the final, so.
Yeah, you can see Arquin actually talking about an energy gap there. So maybe you were correct in that hypothesis of him getting tired there.
You have, when you're handling extremely long sequences of inverse patterns where you have to keep your fingers anchored to holding those long notes, you start to tense up, and it's really tough to come back from that. You sometimes do need a little bit of a break after that.
And he is going right into the next match. And we will see a drop from Arquin and Komiji at the roughly about the same time. Komiji finding another miss, and the score starts to flicker.
Yeah, we're having a lot of score flickering here. Shiro doing a very good job on the long notes as usual. Daydots, like we saw in previous songs, hanging right next to Shiro in terms of accuracy. Zenonia and Arquin going toe-to-toe with their accuracies, and Komeiji and DLV Gari pretty close as well, and it explains why the score gap is practically non-existent. We have a bunch of one-on-one matchups going on where the results are very close. Shiro taking a drop in a rather easy part.
Zenonia also finding a miss there early on too.
Very, very close match right now. Only about 2,700 points separating the two teams, so this can go in any direction. Here we go, starting to add the guitar solo. A little bit stronger in the way of quantizes here, much faster bursts, and Thailand actually getting the better of that section there. They have taken a temporary lead at the moment, about 7,000 points. Whether or not it stays will yet to be seen here. Shiro making a very nice recovery. Combo is bouncing up toward 1,500. 1,400, excuse me.
Deadout's finding a little bit of struggle there as his accuracy will dip into the 98% bracket here as he slowly brings it back up.
Yeah, Deadout's having a little bit of issues, taking small hits every time he breaks. Though Kameji, when they keep dropping, they keep taking a little bit larger hits in the way of accuracy. And Thailand has to keep up their A game right now because, or they need to keep up their S game right now, haha. Because they are on a very, very thin leash here. That gap is non-existent. Another combo break will shift the lead over if it's not met with a trade.
Oh, and Shiro's going to be the one to drop it, and that is not good. And you can see the score instantly flipping over to the Philippines side.
And there's only about a third of the map left. This lead is almost non-existent, but it's going to get absolutely gross in a moment. And this lead could very violently shift in one direction. Whoever gets the better of this last section is going to take it here. Here we go. It's going to get crazy. With this little bit of inverse, but then it gets extremely fast. And Thailand's building up a little bit of a buffer, but not much. Getting about 7,000 points or so. Zenonia with a miss. Komeiji with a miss, and the misses are trading all over the place. And here we go. Here's where things go absolutely ridiculous here. Deadout's coming into that section extremely well. Zenonia really having some issues there with combos. Zenonia and Komeiji actually trading, but Shiro is holding them together. Look at him go. Shiro not giving up that combo whatsoever. Finally taking a break there, and we have fails all across the board. Komeiji and Deadout's have failed.
Oh, no.
Arquinoli Virus keeping that life bar high, and a single misread in a section like this is absolutely fatal, as you just saw here. Finishing it off here, and it looks like Thailand is going to take it.
That is absolutely crazy.
MP Link doesn't seem to be showing fails at all, but in any case, Thailand did take this by roughly about 58,000 points. Seems like all of the players did actually pass the map. Thank goodness for MP links.
Oh, sure. I mean, sometimes it happens. That got really intense there, and I wasn't for sure either. The clients definitely, both the ones you stated for me, definitely did the same thing. So I was under the impression it was a double fail as well.
Yeah, but either way, the LN War has not been unanimous. We have 2 wins for the Philippines, 1 for Thailand. Now Thailand gets to retaliate with their own pick. And are they going to go with yet another LN map? Not too much in the way that they can really go for in terms of strictly LMs now. They're going to have to dig into maps that are multi-technical.
Yeah, I mean, the straight long note picks are pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can get into technical ones here, like you said, but it's going to be interesting now because now we get to see what they're going to try to use. Ooh, and it looks like we're going with Wind God Girl.
Yes, it is. This is very, very intensive in terms of stamina. So this is going to be a very painful pick for both teams here. It just goes and it doesn't stop, pretty much.
Yeah, this thing is absolutely crazy. It's one of the stamina powerhouses.
Yeah, it kicks off and it just basically goes. We roll with it from there.
I wonder if Thailand's trying to see if they can out-stamina Philippines. I mean, Arquin definitely had some problems there, but they still are in the green here. They have that 1-point buffer. They do have a chance to see and make different types of choices here. So Thailand definitely going into this with at least some kind of action in mind. And I feel like stamina is definitely where they're going to see if they can't pull a victory.
They're taking a bit of a chance here, too. This is quite early to be using a stamina pick like this, too. And you could set the stage for tiring yourself out for later parts of the tournament. And it's always a risky play with something like this.
Yeah,
we are
because
actually seeing a sub. Arquin Olivares looking to be subbed out. Oh, they're talking about a substitution here. Haven't gotten official word as to who's going to be taking the switch here.
yeah, not yet.
Oh, no, the player in question just went offline. So there may not be a switch here.
It looks like they were looking for Nakana. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, not having the person to sub out with when you feel like you need it is it's a pretty tough thing to deal with. It's why it's always encouraged to have a full roster.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, like, that definitely
available,
kind
of
of,
course.
yeah, that definitely leads in, though, to Arquin's definitely feeling the pressure here, and it's not comfortable for him to play. So this should be interesting. I mean, Philippines is up 2. They're definitely performing better, but if he's getting tired out, that could spell really bad news for them.
Yeah, once this thing gets going, there's not too much time to breathe, and it's just going to go right away. The density is high, but reasonable for now. It does amp itself up a little bit more. Right now, Thailand taking a very slight lead. Zenonia finding a break in the early streams. Komeiji as well. And Zenonia and Komeiji just trading breaks here. And already, Arquin Olivares taking a couple of drops there itself.
Yeah, and there are actually no real breaks in this thing. It's going to be non-stop, relentless. And there are sections that are considered breaks, but, I mean, you're still going to hit key presses and everything like that. Even in the break sections, there's no actual rest and relaxation now.
Yeah, even here, these are 5-hit chords. That's a pretty high amount of notes per second, even as slow as those chords are collectively. Something I noticed too in the previous section, there were actually connected repeated notes on top of the 4-note quad, so that's kind of anchoring your hands and planning them down a little bit. So that also is deceptively draining in terms of stamina. And look, even in the breaks, there's 3 hits, 6 hits. You know, there's not much in the way here. Oh, and even mini jacks here, and the combo breaks are flying off the handle on the Philippine side.
You are correct. It does look like the lead is still in their favor, but it's only roughly about 15,000 points, and it isn't really gaining too much here, as Dodots and Arquin are also going to see more drops.
And it seems like Komeiji and Zenonia are not too bad at the stamina stuff, but they're having trouble gaining their bearings. It's like after they take 1 drop, they just keep slamming there. Shiro's just busy doing the same thing he's been doing on the team. They're just trying to hold everybody up. And right now, the Philippines have a 55,000 point lead, which for a song of this duration is rather large. But anything can happen.
Yeah, this pick might actually backfire here. Is like stamina might not be what they can overhit. I mean, Komeiji's really seeing some problems, and like you said, recovery time on these breaks are just not where they want it to be.
Definitely not. We're starting to see drops just randomly, sporadically across the board here. And again, not surprisingly at this density, although suddenly Dodot seems to have found some sort of some structure there. Breaking at the tail end of that section, but wow, the damage has been absolutely done. 75,000 point lead for the Philippines and only 1/4 of the song to go. Right now, all that Thailand can hope for is that one of the Philippines members gets lost in an extremely dense stream and ends up draining their life bar out to a point where they can't recover. And that's about all they've got for hope here.
Yeah, and there's still quite a bit of map here, but near the very end of the song, they're going to get really crazy with the chord streaming, and that might be where we see some people fall apart.
Yeah, we're starting to get the increased density already. Every other note here, a 4-note hit, a couple of 5-note hits in here as well. This is extremely dense. And here we go, 5-note hit alternation. No constant streams in here, but it's still very heavy. And then here goes the added layering, the occasional sweeps, and we have one last little bit here. Final chord stream here, just absolutely unbroken and relentless. Arcanoli Virus taking a little bit of damage there. BLV Gari doing the same thing as well. We see some life bars slipping here, but the HP drain does not seem to be high enough to cause any sort of extended danger for failing. And just like that, the Philippines are going to take this pick, and it will be 3-1 in favor of the Philippines. Just take a look at the score difference between Shiro and everybody else there. Shiro with a 98.28, second highest score coming from Deadots, almost 1% lower.
That's absolutely crazy.
And that was also with a huge lag spike, apparently. If you look at Shiro's graph, there's just a massive chop, almost like somebody just took a pair of scissors and sliced the life bar out for a moment. But yeah, that is going to make the score 3-1. And the Philippines are now picking the next song as well.
There's actually a pretty close accuracy between both these teams. I mean, so far, Philippines has an average of 96.1. Thailand has an average of 95.87.
That is pretty close.
I feel like that's why we're getting these really close accuracy battles, and they're actually, like you said, it's been a lot of individual matches going on against each other, and you can pretty much point it out while you're watching and just keeping an eye on overall accuracy. Like, a lot of the players are evenly matched.
We gotta wonder now, what is going to be the next pick by the Philippines? We've already exhausted all the really long note heavy oriented picks, and there are some other stuff that are obviously possible to be picked, but they're going to be, we're going to be just doing a little bit more than LNs here.
Yeah, it looks like, if anything, they might be taking a bit of a breather for just a sec. I'd imagine so. My hands hurt just thinking about that.
And Arquinoli Virus going with Perpetuum Mobile. This is a speed pick. And you can probably hear why.
Alright, so far, Silent Desert has had the largest score gap, and that was 58,360 points.
That's pretty awesome to see that that's the largest score gap in a match. Just gives you an idea,
Next one was actually Kakumise, which was 58,028, so not too far behind Silent Desert. That one.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. This is one of the faster maps on here. And it's really pitch oriented.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of detail toward pitch relevance, and basically what that's going to entail for this song is higher pitch is typically going to be pushed to the right, lower pitches to the left, and you'll see intervals and scales and structure very visually matching the song here, but it's also going to be layered, so it's going to be hard to actually see how it's working. It's just extremely dense.
And we're seeing crazy amounts of drops right off the board.
You get a little bit of a taste of the repeating patterns and trills and whatnot to get some attention to pitch. Komiji and Zenonia already below the S threshold. The dot's not doing the best and probably about to lose that S. I'm trying to fight back to 96%. A very severe drop there. Arcan Olivares already below the S threshold. Bielvigari also having some issues there. But right now, Komiji and Zenonia being so far below the threshold that even Shiro's 97-20 can't really bring the score back for them yet.
It's very impressive, 97-20, I might add. But I mean, as you've said, it's not going to do too much here, as everybody's really having issues with this one outside of Shiro and Bielvigari. But it does look like Dodots and Arkwin are starting to climb back up. It looks like the damage might have already been done for Zenonia here, though. Definitely seeming to have problems getting everything, just finding a rhythm with it.
The toughest part about this map is once you get lost, it is so incredibly hard to come back because it literally never stops. You stream and you keep streaming and you keep streaming. It doesn't let up. It's like you get some brief moments of regular stream, but if your hands are tired, doing regular stream at that speed is not exactly a cakewalk.
I feel like I have that issue playing any mania map though. Doesn't matter if it's a stream or not.
Shiro is starting to see some drops in their accuracy, but the score difference is just really looking in the Philippines' favor here. The three of them being able to hold around the 95% mark is really doing them well, as Komiji and Zanya really having problems, 90% and 93 respectively.
Yeah, Zenonia is actually about to lose the A rank there at this pace, and Shiro is starting to fall a little bit. Arcman Olivar is starting to finally see some stamina degradation there. Any complex patterns, we're seeing 200s, 100s, just lots of combo breaks there. Dodot's doing okay in general, just having some reading issues, it seems like. Bielvigari's accuracy is really tanking, though. Down about 90,000 point lead, but the song is nearly over, and the Philippines are looking to take this one and bring the match 4-1. A little bit more to go here. Don't think there's a failing potential. And yeah, that would be it. Absolutely brutal map. Just it never lets up. Shiro
Yeah, they
was
didn't
the
have
only S of the match.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really impressive on Thailand's side, being able to hold that 96% accuracy, only seeing 23 misses too, really. So, I mean, very decent play all around. And the MVP of the match for sure. But the team-wise Philippines just held more consistency, 94 across the board from Arkwin and Dedots, and then Bielvigari seeing a little bit of a dip, like you said there in the end, but managing to hold strong.
Yeah, this match is quickly going in favor for the Philippines here, and Thailand gets to have their next pick. I don't even know where they're going to go with this at this point. Now that we've exhausted a lot of the obvious picks, it can go in any direction.
I'm really liking these average accuracies though. 95.62 to 95.26. So good.
Oh, it looks like they're going for Angelic Party.
Stamina. Yet again.
Oh. You're just trying to beat the crap out of each other's hands at this point.
Actually, I just noticed that both Philippines and Thailand have higher average accuracies than Indonesia and United States. Indonesia was 93.79. United States was 93.65.
Wow.
Arkwin's not feeling very confident here. That is unfortunate.
The density gets so incredibly heavy near the end that it's actually possible to fail the map if you're not careful. Here we are. This is song number 6 out of a possible 11. Philippines up 4-1 in this best of 11. And going with Angelic Party. This is going to be pretty painful on these guys' hands if they are not already feeling the pain.
Yeah, this is one of the more stamina draining maps out of the entire pool, too.
Arcman Olivares with a very rough start, but already recovering, it seems like. Really solid density here, just really heavy chord usage, but the patterns are mostly comfortable. A brief little teleport there into a 6-panel inverse, or 6-note inverse. And just like that, Thailand's got a very short lead here, but a lead nonetheless. Patterns are about to amp up again into being a very busy stream in a moment, so Thailand's going to have to hold that consistency after this section is over.
And they can't manage to hold that. As you see, the scores are flickering back and forth here, definitely having a little bit of problems. It does look like they come out of it, though, still holding the lead, but almost non-existent lead really here. The double drops from Dedots and Arkwin gave it to him, but then another drop, and it was right back over in their favor.
Yeah, and as you can see, this map just barrages you with a variety of patterns here. So when you think you've got a leg up on one pattern, you get assaulted with another one here. And just like that, the Philippines now have about 16,000 points into it, and the patterns just keep changing. It's really hard to get your bearings on, and now we go into another difficult LN section. Thailand making the best of that.
Yeah, this thing is absolutely ridiculous. And this is a 4-minute song. Like, goodbye stamina.
For sure. It really is just a jack of all trades map. It doesn't really give you much time to breathe. And the patterns are constantly mixing up. So again, it's very tough to get your bearings here once you start breaking up. Philippines are up by 30k.
Is it a 4-minute map or a 4-minute party?
Well, it's definitely a party. I just don't know if Arkwin wanted to be invited. Although, being said, he is doing incredibly well. I mean, he is taking a little bit of damage there, but still holding a relative accuracy to the rest of his team here. Shiro on Thailand's side, still holding an incredibly high accuracy over everyone here. Komiji, if he can pull that up, it is still pretty close. This could go either which way.
Yeah, that score gap actually ended up minifying itself a little bit there, and it's a lot smaller before. It's only about 20,000 points there. We went up to about 35,000 with some mistakes into that slow jam, but it's not played over yet. Thailand's actually putting up a very good fight in terms of accuracy there. Zenonia breaking yet again, Komiji also breaking as well. But Shiro's consistency is really helping to potentially keep their hopes alive here. It's just the other two players need to step it up just a little bit more if they can. LNs get extremely heavy here yet again. But Komiji and Zenonia are not able to keep their combos intact. Arcanoli Virus and BLV Gari finding themselves a couple more misses here. And the density gets really heavy here. And Shiro's ability to time and release these are going to be extremely crucial here as long as everybody survives. BLV Gari having a little bit of trouble with the life bar there. He manages to recover. And that lead is shrinking. That lead is shrinking down. Zenonia finding himself another break there. It's getting extremely dense there. Komishi's life bar is falling very quickly. Zenonia's life bar having a little bit of issues as well. We're seeing life bars kind of go up and down there. Komiji with the combo break and a fail. If Komiji does not recover, there is absolutely no hope there.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Bar is tailing. Is it going to be enough? Komiji's not. There it is. Komiji manages to get it back up after a really bad fail. And the scores are actually extremely close here. The Philippines having a little bit of trouble holding that combo. Oh, by 2,400 points, the Philippines holds on. 2,400 points. They managed to hold on. The last SV absolutely tanking the Philippines team, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and I mean, Shiro with that very impressive play on Thailand's side, holding that 97%, almost 98% accuracy on that. Only one getting an S there. Just was not enough for the combined team effort, though. They just barely managed to hold on. That is a very crazy close score.
Yeah, it does not get much closer than that. And you gotta give so much credit to Shiro there. I mean, 97%, only S there, and just not even near the threshold, just sitting well above it. Substantial effort by Shiro, doing absolutely everything they can. And Philippines up 5-1 right now and at match point.
And Arquan is still looking for Nikana. And it's just... Go ahead, Debbie.
I was going to say, I'd like to point out we've had 6 maps so far. The only map that Shiro did not have the highest score on was Kakumise, which Deadox got the highest score on. Everything else was Shiro.
Yeah, Dots did extremely well on Kakumese against Shiro.
Actually, I'd like to see how far behind Shiro was.
It was less than 0.1%, if I remember correctly.
Okay, here we go. So Deadox got 935,473. Shiro 931,222.
What was the percentage gap on that? I think the percentage gap was less than 0.1% between them.
0.7. 98.62 to 98.55.
Wow.
So, I mean, even then, like, the only map that Shiro did not get the highest score on, he was behind by, like, 42,000 points. Like, that's nothing.
4,200, yeah. What a fitting song.
What a fitting difficulty names.
The calm before the storm here. This is Dans La Mer de Sun, mapped by Jinjin, calm before the storm difficulty, and this is the Philippines' attempt to end Thailand's tournament right here. This is match point. This is a rather long song as well. This song goes for 5.5 minutes. Song number 7 out of 11. This could potentially be the last song for this block here. Twitch chat, give Thailand some support here. Let's keep this run alive. Komiji's playing a little inverse game there. Look at their lights for their hits. And that, my friends, is why Thailand is so good at long notes. They can just naturally inverse on command. Well, taking a bit of a drop there, trying to transition out of that little inverse play. But right now, Philippines with very slight lead. The Dots taking a drop of their own.
That inverse thing is kind of cool to watch, I can't lie. That's pretty cool. The little bump SVs. It's amazing to someone like when you get an entire map playing like that.
This slow gem is pretty nasty. It's very dense compared to most slow gems you'll see. High chord density and rather reduced visual speed. Get a little bit of an influx of heavy chord usage here in SVs, and SVs do trip players up. We saw this happen earlier in the United States match. I believe it was a US match. Thailand with a rather substantial lead for a song of this length here. They need to really do their best to hold on to it and they can potentially bring it back around here. Komiji actually doing a good job there and holding on to combo after that burst, along with Shiro, who is just as usual doing a phenomenal job at 98%. Arkin Oliveira actually doing some pretty good heavy lifting there for the Philippines team, sitting at 97.5. Right now, they are trailing the Thailand team by about 27,000 points, and they are 1/3 of the way through the song. So certainly still a lot of time to build or to mount a comeback, but it's not going to come easy with these SVs here. Shiro definitely putting in some practice, it looks like. Not too phased by them. And Zenonia and Komiji also holding rather good combos on their own right. It seems like they were very prepared for this pick, which is rather surprising considering they were not the ones who picked it. Zenania making it almost through that entire section, transitioning into this part unscathed. Not quite, though. Right now, the Thailand team's up by about 50,000 points. This is a very substantial lead for a song that is 5.5 minutes with this no count. It's looking like Thailand just needs to keep pushing at this rate and potentially start mounting a comeback here. These SVs are so cool to watch. And the LN patterns are actually really neat visually. In the last third of the song here, we get a little bit more of a taste of some shields and more complex LN usage is actually borderline inverse. There's a 6-note inverse here. And as we deal with this section gets also very slow. In the United States and Indonesia match, we actually saw Jin struggling, and this is his own map. He was struggling with the release timing because of how slow this section is, and likely or very much seeing the same thing from experienced long note players here. Didot struggling with some timing, BLV Gari also having issues. The SVs are going to be returning to a more normal speed, so it's going to be a little bit more comfortable for them. Chord density is going to come upward a little bit more. Right now, Thailand's sitting at about 80,000 points of advantage here with only 1/4 of the song to go. Just need to keep up the pace and not let anything stop them right now. If they can keep performing at how they were performing, or even better than that, they will take this one for sure. Shiro taking a somewhat severe hit in accuracy there. Comedian Tsunami not doing too much better. But thankfully for them, the Philippines also taking a rather massive drop, and that lead has gotten to about 100,000 points here. Ooh, Zenonia forgetting a little bit about the SVs at the end. They're just straight 100s. That actually nullified a little bit of the lead there, but again, Philippines not doing the best on some of these patterns themselves here. Just misses across the board from all 6 players here. Oh, Shiro with a very severe life bar drop, and that is not good timing here. He's right at the end of the song. Komiji's life bar is also falling. We do not want that to happen there. Manages to recover back to 100% health. That was very scary for a moment. Nearing the end of the song here, and Thailand's got over 100,000 points of advantage here. A couple more long notes to go here. It is easy to get lost in these streams. You just got to hold on tight for a little bit longer. All 6 players managing to just keep themselves alive here, taking a little bit of damage, but at the end, Thailand will take this and keep their tournament alive. It is now 5-2 in favor of the Philippines, and that is an important point because that was actually a break point by Thailand. Could we be seeing an amazing comeback here? Not a lot of maps remaining here. It's going to get pretty tough for them no matter what they do now. Can't help but wonder how Thailand's going to try to approach this now. Do remember that all the SV map, the primary SV maps have been nullified already. There is the potential to go for a little bit more of an SV and accuracy pick. If you paid attention, Thailand definitely did a little bit better on SVs against the Philippines here. So perhaps we could see Thailand picking floating point just as a way to say, hey, we've got solid accuracy and we have some confidence with SVs, but that comes at a risk with the ending, having a massive blast of chords and chord streaming at a really high tempo. We've also got Memoria Reborn, which is also an LN pick, but a little bit different in the way of LN pick. It's not quite as fixated on straight LNs as much as it is a somewhat more stamina component. It's heavier in chord streaming. So I'll have to see.
I'm going to guess floating point. I'm going to guess floating point.
It would be a pretty viable... No, they're going for Memoria Reborn. What a dangerous pick. We've seen that Komeiji and Zunania fall behind a little bit, not a huge amount, but a little bit compared to BLV Gari and Arthur Olivares. The Dot seems to be the primary performer in a lot of cases. But this is a very interesting pick by Thailand, in my opinion.
I try and pick something logical, and they go for the outrageous.
Well, this is not an outrageous pick, but it's certainly much higher uncertainty than floating point, in my opinion. So we're gonna have to see how this goes.
I actually do wonder if Thailand has enough maps to make a viable comeback to a tiebreaker here.
It's really hard to say whether or not they can or can't, because a lot of the maps of their primary skill set, and again, they both share a similar skill set, they're pretty much gone. But this is somewhat long note oriented, so
Yeah, preferred maps would be long notes, wouldn't they?
yes. So in an ideal world, the LN component's not the thing that's going to be bothersome to them. It's the fact that this is extremely unrelenting in terms of density. And actually, the long notes are a bit intrusive in terms of reading. There's a lot of inconsistently sized long notes, and that is extremely tough to read, I'd imagine.
I'm getting better at this. Getting better at this.
Nania trying to hold on to accuracy, but not doing a good job there. Komeiji also struggling. Arthur Olivares has actually fallen beneath the S threshold and is taking very severe accuracy damage, sitting at 93.63. The Dots and BLV Gari sitting above 96. In fact, the Dots just under 97, likely to breach that threshold in this section here. Shiro potentially standing to catch up above 98%, assuming we don't have any more long note accuracy drops, and Zenonia probably going to breach the S threshold, if not momentarily. The Philippines sitting with about 10,000 points of advantage, not much, and the density is going to come back with a vengeance. Any players who are struggling right now in terms of keeping themselves loose and able to go, they're going to struggle here because this section is rather difficult.
Arkwin definitely tanking a little bit on the accuracy there as well. BLV Gari having some issues as well.
Those patterns are so harsh, and Komeiji is not able to do these patterns. The accuracy is just diving. Arkwin Olivares accuracy nosediving as well. He's actually struggling to keep his life bar upward a little bit here, but he will have time to recover even if a fail were to happen here, so not worth mentioning at the moment here, but his accuracy's falling. It's actually about to go beneath the A threshold, and there it goes. Komeiji trying to put up a fight. Seems like he will live to hold his A for a little bit longer. Shiro taking a severe life drop. However, Thailand is in the lead at the moment by about 30,000 points, and there's only a third of the song to go here, so a little bit more consistency, and they can keep holding on here. I imagine the not leading players of both teams are probably hurting in terms of stamina right now, and that is not a good position to be in when you have to give it everything you've got to not lose. Thailand's definitely under a lot of pressure here.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, Komeiji and Zanya having some issues. Shiro holding incredibly strong. As always, absolutely amazing that they've been able to stay this consistent through all these maps, and a lot of them have been really, really stressful on the stamina.
The Dots is starting to show some signs of life there. So is BLV Gari, growing combos there. Arkwin Olivares also at 700. They're trying to mount one last comeback to close it out. And there's only one more course to go in this song. Thailand's going to have to hold off against an onslaught here. They are trying to take them down now. They are going for the throat here. Komeiji is really having issues holding that accuracy upward. He's trying his best to keep the combo up. Zenonia doing a very good job in terms of combo. Shiro back, finally taking a break there. That lead is closing. Arkwin Olivares having a little bit of issues maintaining combo. BLV Gari breaking as well.
There's only about a 30,000 point score difference here, and it is slowly closing.
This section is deceivingly difficult to time. Theo Vigari actually having a lot of issues trying to keep that Rainbow 300 timing up. Zanoni and Komichi doing a good job to keep their eyes focused really well on those release points. Those are really challenging timings. And it looks like they might have held off against that onslaught there. Zenonia taking a small accuracy drop. But it seems like they will live to battle one more time. Thailand now with their 3rd point.
This is too close. I can't take it.
Real.
I can't handle the pressure.
Thailand is trying to mount an intense, amazing comeback here. And so far, their efforts have been valiant and certainly not wasted. Philippines here are having yet another choice to make for match point. They've been just sitting here and they've not had any luck closing it out. At this point, any song could be picked here. Oh man, I just realized Dream and Attraction I think is still available, and that is something that is absolutely killer in terms of stamina.
Oh man,
It's brutal.
Consistency pick, right?
It's a speedy pick, but it is painful. It is just brutal.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish we could see demons right now.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Fortunately, we can't see Demons or Cloud because LN teams don't like SB maps, apparently.
Many teams like demons. It's a very risky pick, as we saw earlier.
Yeah, US pulling that one out.
The sole survivor. Oh, it's beautiful though.
Oh man.
So we're just waiting here for the next map selection here. Definitely going to take a little bit of time here, if not only to just crack your hands and get a little bit of a breather in. We will be getting underway with the next match here soon, but it's really I'm not exactly sure what they're going to pick here. A lot of stuff has been exhausted.
Please, Peacebreaker.
Oh man, that would be nuts. Something very important to point out here.
Yeah, Peacebreaker and Cloud are the only ones that have not been picked yet. Cloud can't get picked because it's been banned twice. Once by Indonesia and once by Philippines.
This is something very important I want to talk about is the match dynamic right now. It's 5-3 with Philippines pick. If Philippines loses here, Thailand picks to survive and see the tiebreaker if they win. So this pick is the most crucial pick of the match. This is huge. And there's a lot that can be picked here, but everything is ready. Oh my god!
Oh wow!
I called it.
I can't see it yet, but I'm hoping it's Peacebreaker.
It's Dream and Attraction.
Yeah, they're going in for the speed consistency pick here.
Man. That I did not expect.
Interesting.
This is painful. Painful.
Yeah, this one doesn't, even looking through the major highlights through the entirety of the map, it's absolutely mean. You see kind of what you can consider a small break around the 50% mark. But other than that, it's ridiculous.
This is huge. Thailand and Philippines. This is song number 9 out of a possible 11. If you want that tiebreaker hype, give all of your energy to Thailand. If you want Philippines to seal the deal now, give your energy to the Philippines. Shaping up to be the best match of this round for sure.
So far this actually has an average accuracy of 94.10. That's not too bad.
Yeah, below
See,
that.
you laugh,
but not
you
too
laugh,
bad.
but that's actually not that bad compared to some of the other stuff.
Oh, I imagine so. I mean, we've been watching some of these players who are very good at what they do drop in below the 90% mark, and that's no laughing matter. I understand, but I mean, I'm still expecting Shiro here to probably pull a 97 like it's nothing. If not higher.
Wow, Dots and BLV Gari and all of the Philippines team just crushing that opening transition, and just like that, all combos disappear except for Shiro. Man, that was extremely impressive there, and this is really dense. Like, Philippines they're doing a very good job given the density here. Something tells me that Dots is getting very tired of having to play, and he's just going to unleash a nuclear bomb against all of Thailand's team.
They're definitely giving it their all. Everyone's overall accuracy is seeing a lot higher than the previous match here, and they are holding incredibly well. But Zanya and Komaji on Thailand's side doing pretty decent, but just not enough here as Philippines really trying to make this one count.
Yeah, they're pushing really, really hard there. The Dots opened up extremely well. Everybody's doing a very good job there. Shiro just underneath 99%. The Dots at 98.5, trying to hold off Shiro, but the other two members of the team are doing some of the legwork there. BLP Gari and Arthur Oliveira sitting above 96 against Komiji and Zenonia, who are hovering around 95%, and as such, it has given them about a 40,000 point advantage. And we're about halfway into this song. Still some time, but Thailand needs to step up their game. The Philippines need to start crashing a little bit for them to have a shot.
Oh no, the crashes are real.
Yeah, the chord density gets extremely ridiculous at this part here, but Shiro keeping that accuracy high. Actually, the lead has dropped down to 11,000 points for Philippines. They are not out of the woods yet.
I think that's actually the first legit break I've seen in a Mania map. How nice!
A little bit of time to rest your hands. There's not going to be a lot. Get a minor breather, and then it's going to open up once more. Philippines needs to hold on a little bit longer if they want to win this. BLP Gari and Shiro both dropping in the same mini jacks. Shiro and Zanania taking another hit in the mini jacks here. Bad timing to be taking damage here. This is a time where you should definitely be building that combo. Here, the song is building up again, and Philippines have 15,000 points into it for the last fourth of the song. Neither team can easily say that they are going to win or lose this yet. There is still some time to come.
Oh, it's getting really close here.
All right, we are building up here, and this map is about to unleash. It's going to get going, and here we go. This density is absolutely unreal here, and here's where the battle really begins for Thailand. They have to push as hard as they can. Philippines are actually falling apart, and Thailand is taking the lead again. Thailand takes it up there by 11,000 points, and that lead is growing here. Shiro's trying to fight it off. He's keeping his accuracy high. Komiji and Zenonia are holding on the best that they can. Komiji's life bar is falling. It is at 0. Komiji has failed. If Komiji does not revive, Thailand is over.
Come on, you can do it, buddy. Oh,
this is going to be extremely close here.
Oh,
Komiji needs to do it.
Get it. He's gonna get it.
Komiji recovers
He's got it.
A heart-stopping fail there. And if Zenonia's life bar had crashed, they recovered as well. And Thailand is making the comeback a reality. It will be 5-4.
This is real right now. This is totally real right now.
Thailand trying to amount one of the biggest comebacks in Mania World Cup history. Down 5-1.
Sweep is real.
Komiji with the fail, but managing to have just enough time to survive.
Oh man, I'm at a lost words.
Tiebreaker hype.
Are we really going to see fastest crash here?
We need to see this. All hail Gakido. Oh, and the dot seems to have disappeared from the room for a moment. Not sure if that is a disconnect or if it is something else. Mikana still nowhere to be found. Oh, man. This match not letting up here. And Thailand now picking the last pick of this match. The last pick that they can make is right here. And if they win, we get to see fastest crash.
I don't know what I want to see now. Like, I have no idea what they're gonna pick.
Uh-oh, the dots has disappeared. Oh, and there he goes. Oh, man. There's not a lot left here. When it comes to... Thailand should be paying a little bit of attention here to the information that they're getting here. When it comes to extreme densities, they are edging out the Philippines just enough. Just enough. At the risk of failing, but they are coming out with score leads against them on extremely dense things. And this leads me to believe that they could potentially get away with the risk of doing End of a Dream. It's a very scary pick.
Yeah, they've got 3 options. They've got free End of a Dream, Mesmer Attack. Oh, sorry, 4. They've got Mesmer Attack, Floating Point, and Peacebreaker. Those are the only 4 options they have. Got to do one of them.
Yeah, Peacebreaker's a very volatile map. It's super speed reliant, and it's really, really tough to pinpoint how that's going to work because sometimes speed goes, and there it is. Oh, man. We are going to see Peacebreaker for song number 10.
Oh, good lord.
Deadbeat, you're getting what you want.
Yeah!
Their poor hands.
This is brutal. This one does not let up. This is by far the hardest pick with regards to strain. This is physically inhuman in terms of pain. It just does not let up. And this is it. If Thailand wins this, it will be 5-5.
Arkwin definitely not too happy.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Please. Please, tiebreaker. Oh, can I also point out that Shiro still has been MVP, top scorer for every match, every map so far except for one.
Shiro, absolutely carrying Thailand. Give him the torch. He's bringing you to victory.
Shiro MVP.
Twitch chat, live it up. Thailand versus Philippines, song number 10. This will determine whether or not we see the tiebreaker. Cheer for your team. Let's do it. Give it up. This map is so messy. The rhythms are so all over the place.
Yeah, Shiro found a little bit of a heavy dip there at the very beginning there, but accuracy starting to skyrocket back up to the top as we see everyone else starting to cap around the 95 mark. On the Philippine side, you have Arkwin with a 98. Very impressive play coming from him. Dadat's also with a 96, and BLV Gari with a 95. Still holding the lead, but how long are they going to be able to maintain that? We definitely know they are tired.
Shiro, after a little bit of a rough start in terms of accuracy, starting to build that combo up, and that's really good. They're going to definitely need that there. Komiji and Zenonia doing okay. Zenonia keeping combo, but not doing the best in terms of accuracy. The combo is important in Score V2 to a degree. Arcanoli Virus, after that explosive start, almost hitting at 99% for a little while, it seems to finally be tapering downward a little bit. The dots is just under 97. BLV Gari has fallen beneath the S threshold, so we've lost 1 S on both teams right now. Philippines sitting up at about 25,000 points, and they're going to get a little bit of time to breathe in a moment here. Easier chords here, not extremely good of a break, but still enough for them to take a little bit of a breather. Patterns are somewhat abrasive, but you have a little bit of chance to relax. You don't have to strain, and the chord density is going to increase as we go on a little bit further.
God, the song for this is pretty fitting, if you ask me.
Yeah, this is very, very good. All right, here we go. The 5 hits coming for the bass kicks here. Every beat, every 1/2. You know, you start seeing those heavy densities starting to pick up again. Shiro doing a good job yet again, trying to keep that accuracy as high as they can, and Thailand needs him to just be an absolute tank right now. Zenonia and Komiji are actually doing relatively well on the bursts. The dots being Philippines' stronger player, having some issue on the timing here, and here's where the density really picks up now. This is where Shiro's really got to push and help support their team here. Komiji and Zenonia doing a very good job at least keeping their combos intact whenever they can here. Zenania falling way below the S threshold, though, and Komiji's about to lose the S as well. Dot's actually not too far away himself and taking a massive hit on those bursts there. Dot's life bar is almost at 0.
That was very impressive recovery by him, and as we get into these crazier sections, the lead is still in Philippines, but it is very, very small.
It's a turnover here with these long notes. They're really having trouble keeping that lead intact here, and Shiro's keeping that combo high, and that's allowing them to come back here. But Komiji and Zenonia having a lot of trouble holding that combo up, and the lead is fluctuating so violently right now. The Philippines only have about 17,000 points right now, and there is only a third of the map to go, and stamina is a real deal here. The HP value on this map is actually not negligible. If you start tanking, your life bar will fall and struggle to come back.
As we see Komiji taking a couple heavy hits there.
We're in the last 25% of the song, and this is where everything matters here. Philippines growing a little bit of a lead there. BLV Gari starting to get a little bit tired, and that life bar is falling. That HP 9 starting to show its strain there, and he is struggling to recover that life bar. It's falling really, really quickly. BLV Gari really fighting to keep that life bar up, and that is going to come at a huge cost of his stamina, and unfortunately the hardest part to come right here, or one of the hardest parts to come. And here we go, that long roll. The Dots has failed. BLV Gari has failed. Komiji has failed. Zenonia has failed. This is really where they have to give it everything here. This is horrible news for the Philippines because Shiro has not failed and he is leading by far. If there are 4 fails and only 1 player alive on both teams, Thailand will take this to tiebreaker. We have recoveries. We have recoveries here. Still not over yet, but here's where everything gets really dense. Zenania's life bar is falling. BLV Gari has failed again. That is 1 life bar gone. The Dots is starting to struggle there. Komiji and Zenania. Zenania has failed as well. Komiji needs to stay alive, otherwise time. Komiji has failed. The Dots has failed. And that is it. Oh, it's Arquin Virus versus Shiro, and Arquin Virus has the lead. Oh, is he gonna hold on to it? Arquin survives, and Philippines will take it 6-4.
Holy
oh my
crap.
god.
Wow!
What just happened?
Arquin Virus just beat out Shiro.
Oh my
Absolutely incredible. And Arquin Virus himself, shocked that he didn't fail.
What just happened?
Beats out the MVP of every previous song by 20,000 points. 4 fails. And the Philippines are going to live for another match. Oh my god.
That was absolutely insane.
We couldn't get the tiebreaker. But god, if that wasn't as close as you could get, man. That was amazing.
That was crazy. Thailand looked to be taking that entire thing back. They were just going blow for blow after they got to the right to the brim of defeat and then fought back so incredibly hard. Made Philippines definitely have to double think their strategy and probably sweat quite a bit. The stamina on this match probably drained everyone here.
Oh man. Arquin Virus ascended to a whole new level at the end of that song. And just so incredibly close. Oh. That was an absolutely incredible showing by both teams. Phenomenal. Wow. With that, took 10 songs to decide it. 10 songs. The Philippines takes this match 6-4, and they will be facing off against Indonesia. My goodness. Next match will be Indonesia and Philippines at 3 a.m. UTC on Sunday. And if it's anything like this, oh, help us all. I would just like to say I am in the Philippines Discord, and they are all freaking out just as much as Twitch chat. Shout outs to the Philippines for winning that match, because that was a hell of a moment.
That was beautiful. Well played to Philippines.
Oh, I'm
Arkwin-
so
Well, to be fair,
glad.
well played to both teams. I mean, Thailand did a really good job of catching up. I thought for sure we were going to see a tiebreaker there.
That was an amazing comeback. They stormed Philippines at 5-1 and almost brought it back to a tiebreaker.
Not only that, I mean, you got to think Arkwin was definitely showing discomfort talking about it through the entire match, and then for him to be that tired but be the one that actually outlives and actually outplayed Shiro, who had been MVP the entirety of the match outside of one other match today, is just crazy. He even complete disbelief.
Oh man, as a commentator, these are the moments you live for. That was amazing. I am never gonna forget this.
Yeah, as a commentator, you can't get a better match than this. I mean, if we tiebreaker maybe, but these were like the peak of the moments. This is the good stuff.
Oh my. But yeah, I don't even know what else to say to that. Oh my goodness.